Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust, from the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty. This is the show that will help you save and make the most money when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker, and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida, Rick Kendrick.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show. It's Rick Kendrick. And hey, by the way, my wife, my broker, Karey, is with me today. And, you know, Karey, it'd be remiss not to mention our producer, Sharina. Sharina is getting an education on real estate. Is that right?
I am.
Yeah. And she does come with us with questions. And actually, these are very good questions. So we incorporate those. And I'm telling you, each time you hear our show each week, you can tell she does a lot of work with it, and we really appreciate her. So hats off to you, Sharina. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. You do an amazing job. You make us sound awesome on the radio.
So in this episode, we're going to dive into the world of home selling, exploring 3 distinctive pathways to success. So the reason why we're going back to this, we did this a couple shows ago. And a lot of our listeners came back to us and said, hey, can you just kind of get a little bit more detail on these 3 ways of making it happen? Because really what sellers are looking for is a definite way to sell their place.
Yeah, I think it's certainty. Like if you're going to go through the trouble of putting your home on the market, you want to put your home out there and know with confidence that it's going to end up sold.
And it's very important that you have a pathway to do that, because you've made all your arrangements. It's a sense of accomplishment. It may be one of your goals in life, right? To sell your place and get a new place. These are items that make it happen for you. But before we get into that, Karey, can you give us kind of a brief market update of what's happening? I know everybody, they know I'm in real estate, okay? And I don't know if they just don't have a question for me, or they don't want to know how I'm doing, but the first question they ask is, Rick, how's the real estate business doing, you know? So, you know, I do have mixed reviews about it, but I really believe there's an advantage here for both sellers and buyers. Don't you agree, Karey?
Absolutely. I mean, the market stats are still showing that we have between 3 and 4 months of inventory. So because there are not a lot of homes out there, okay, our prices are not going down at all. As a matter of fact, year to date, the average sales price is up 4 to 5%, and the median sales price is up 6 to 7%. So we're not experiencing any drastic reduction in home selling prices in our area. And again, that's because there's no inventory, right? A lot of the homeowners now, they took advantage of the low interest rates during the COVID times, and so they're not willing to give up their interest rates. So they're just not moving.
Yeah, you know, we had Eric Rosemary with Cross Country Mortgage on our show last week, and he had indicated to us, you know, there are people that are doing some refinancing out there. So it is a situation, but people are kind of holding on to that right now.
Yeah, so they're not giving up their interest rate. But like Eric did mention last week, he is experiencing a lot of people who are reaching out to him in order to finance. Some of that refinance is due to life changes, whether that's divorce or something situationally going on in the household, or maybe you've just decided to remain in your home. You're not going to sell, yet you want to make some improvements to the home. So that enables you to take money out and spend that improving your home.
But, you know, you're living in paradise. And what I mean by that is that homes are generally holding their own here. And even with interest rates kind of up there, all right, there are ways that we can make this happen for you. If you're looking to make a purchase now, we can make this happen for you, because as the old saying goes, you date the loan and you marry the home. Is that right, Karey?
Absolutely. I mean, if you can afford the monthly payment, right? Because that's what it really boils down to. If you can afford the monthly payment, you should go ahead and make the move. Now, if interest rates end up coming down, at that point in the future, you're able to go ahead and refinance and then take advantage of the lower interest rates. And if the interest rates end up moving up, then you've ultimately made a great decision.
So listen, we're going to dive into the world of home selling, exploring the 3 distinctive pathways to success. Join us while we get through these things. Number 1 is the traditional real estate sales, right, Karey? You list your property, put it on the market, you have people coming in and out of the house, correct?
Yep.
Number 2, here's one that we really are getting hold of, cash buying. We can get a cash offer for you in a matter of 3 weeks.
Just to clarify, when he says get an offer to you in 3 weeks, he means get an offer and you close within 3 weeks.
You're right. I'm sorry. And then, of course, our guaranteed sale program, which we're going to get in all 3 of them now. So just love the opportunity to be on the radio with you guys today. Talk to you a little bit about real estate, what's happening in the market, More importantly, if you guys are thinking about maybe making a move, maybe putting your place on the market, I would love to interview for that position. The situation is I would come out, take a look at your property, kind of give you some tips on what to do and what not to do, but more importantly, sit down with you, kind of go over your closing costs, and then put a strategy together on what we're going to do in making the next purchase of your place. Hey, listen, after the break, Karey and I are going to dive into it. This is Rick Kendrick, your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Show. We'll be right back.
To schedule an appointment with Rick Kendrick to help you buy or sell your home, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Rick will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
You're trying to sell your home? You don't know what real estate agent to use? Let me solve the problem. Call my friend Rick Kendrick from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida. Hi, it's Jennifer. Listen to this. On average, Rick gets home sellers 5% more than the average agent. So on a $500,000 home, that's an extra $25,000 in your pocket. So wouldn't you call Rick? 561-901-3333. Take Ben, for example. He's a lifetime customer. You don't go back unless you like what you're dealing with. He's hired Rick multiple times over the past 7 years. One of those times last year, Ben received an out-of-state opportunity, had to move quickly. He called Rick, helped he and his wife, Alana, sell the house that Rick helped them purchase years prior. After only 6 days on the market, Rick had their home sold at 97% of the asking price. Fast forward a year, they're coming back, and of course, they called my friend Rick Kendrick, like you should. 561-901-3333 or visit rickhasthebuyers.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Rosemary, branch manager at Cross Country Mortgage in Boca Raton. If you're deciding which lender to trust, whether you're purchasing or refinancing, I would love the opportunity to work with you. Over my 20-year career, I've helped close to 10,000 families buy or refinance the place they call home. Despite what you're hearing about interest rates, you might be surprised as what we can do for you. Let's talk. Call or text me at 954-312-3104 or visit rosemarymortgageteam.com.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home and would like to schedule an appointment with Rick, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, Rick Kendrick.
Welcome back from the break. In this segment, we're going to be diving into that 3 success areas of selling your place, okay? So, Karey, let's kind of talk about this a little bit. The traditional way to sell your place, which is probably the most profitable way to do it because you do get potentially a higher price. Is that right?
Yeah, so selling your home traditionally, the advantage of going with that method is that you are opening your home up to the broad marketplace, okay? And the more eyes that see your home, the more demand that's created and the higher your potential sales price will go. But doing it the traditional way, you have to prepare your home for sale. You are going to need to make some minor improvements to it to sort of spruce it up and get it ready for market. And also, if you have any deferred maintenance items that need tended to, you might want to consider taking care of those as well, because that way you're going to be presenting your home in the best light and you'll be able to get the highest price possible.
Yeah. Preparing your house for sale means that what you want to do is you want to get top dollar for the house. And from that, you have to get things ready. You may have to paint some walls. You may have to clean up the landscaping. You may have to do some pressure washing. So if you are thinking about maybe making a move, before you do anything, give me a call, okay? I can come out there. I could probably save you some money, but tell you exactly what people are looking at when they go look at houses. So, the opportunity of negotiating your price, right? To me, this is where the fun part comes into play. Because when you do price the property, okay, you have an opportunity, okay, to get the most amount of money for your property. Because you show the buyer, okay, potentially what the advantages are in your home, all right? So the buyer may not see this, but in the art of negotiating, which I help you out in that process, is the big thing in making it happen for them.
Yeah, so when you're selling it traditionally, the buyer of your home likely is going to be the end user. So it is going to be somebody who is purchasing the home with the intention of moving into it. All right, so the more that you can make them feel when they walk through that door, wow, I can see myself living here, the more money that you're going to end up getting for your home.
And you know what, Karey? Sometimes the buyer wants to walk through there and go, I just want to do everything myself. I just want to take it, knock down some walls. Those buyers are out there. Doing improvements sometimes can be costly and not necessary, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So let's look at the drawbacks of this thing, okay? Traditionally listing your property. Somebody's requesting to see your property and you're just not ready to go, right? That could be one thing that would pop up right off the bat that I'm thinking of. Because a lot of times the house is not ready to show. Sometimes you have to just set a different time for that, right, Karey?
Right. And when you do put it on the market, sometimes you may be testing how high the market is willing to pay for your home, right? Like your neighbor may have sold his house for, let's say, $550, but in your mind, your home is way better than theirs, even though it's comparable. So you may come out on the market at $575. So that's quite a bit of a difference. So, but as time goes on, all right, you may have to adjust that price downward just a little bit, and then maybe you'll end up settling somewhere in between. So when you're marketing your home traditionally, there's things like that with pricing that go on that don't necessarily happen whenever you're in a hurry and you want the cash offer and you want to be out of there in a quick manner.
That's exactly right. You want to be able, and we can do this for you in your behalf, as a seller. What we could do is get the time that you actually want to leave that house. Maybe you haven't found a new home yet. So we can design an offer to where the buyer will move in at the time that you want it to. So there are some drawbacks to it, but to me, there's some advantages to a traditional wholesale. The additional costs are big, right? So getting everything ready to go is going to cost you money out of your pocket, right? But we can show you ways to make this happen to where you're not spending a lot of money, right, Karey?
Yeah, so there's inexpensive things that you can do around your home that will make a big difference in what you're ultimately going to be able to get for it when you decide to sell. So that's why it's important, like if you are considering a move, all right, that you have Rick go ahead and come out and take a tour of your home, and you can show him, the things that you've done to it over the years, all right, the improvements that you've made, and also anything that you're planning to do before putting it on the market. And he's going to say yay or nay to that, and then maybe point you in the direction of some other things that you didn't necessarily think about that would make a big difference.
I think terms of the contract too. A lot of times we want to make sure all the terms and conditions are met on behalf of the seller. Okay. I just say to you that, these are the things that as a seller, we're going to be there for you through that process. What's popping up now in the real estate market is buying your home for cash. Okay, I know you guys have been hearing that a lot. We have taken that step and been in that opportunity situation already for quite a while now. So we can offer you cash for your place. All right. So quickly, Karey, what's the main thing of a cash buyer?
So the thing with the cash buyers, okay, and why it's become so popular as of late is I think it's just a matter of how high prices have risen. And then also coming off of what we experienced during COVID. So people are willing to give up some of the equity that they have in their home, okay, because the prices have risen so much. They just don't want people coming through their house right now. Okay, they don't want the inconvenience of having showings and having to leave the home whenever people come through it. So this cash offer option is becoming more and more prevalent, and we find more and more sellers really seriously considering these cash offers.
So just to take it a step above, which we always do in helping our sellers, is that we can get you multiple cash offers. And Karey, what does that mean when we say we can do that?
Yeah, so we have this unique platform where basically the investors are competing to buy your home. All right, so you have an options rather, for which offer you select. Okay. And that's, it's different than if you're doing it yourself, right? Like you're going on yourself, you're Googling, let's say, sell my house quickly, and you're going to probably click on, one of the ads that pops up. All right. Well, when you do that, you're almost like pigeonholing yourself into that one investor. All right. And it's very time consuming for you to go online and vet all of the home buyers that you're coming across. Well, with our system, we already have all of these vetted home buyers already. We know they have the cash. They have backing of, these are REITs, these are institutional investors. They have a lot of money behind them, and they're buying up properties in the Southeast Florida market. And so we know with confidence that whenever they're making offers on your properties, we know that they can actually close.
Yeah, and I think a lot of sellers are looking at the equity in their house too. They have substantial amount of equity. They can take advantage of that equity without the hassle of listing their house and going ahead and just get the cash and move up to something else or downsize is what they're looking at. Karey, when we got into this all cash offer, there was a term that came up that I was really interested in, and I'm wondering if you could help me out with that. It's called buy box. What is a buy box?
Okay, so buy box is basically the buyer's criteria. So it's basically based upon their investment goals and their preferences, right? So not all homes meet all investors' criteria, which is why our program is so unique in that if we go to our pool of investors, your property likely will be getting an offer from at least one of those investors.
Right. So I'll go in there and I'll take pictures, get dates of the roof, get dates of the water heater, get dates of the AC system, and then start snapping pictures that they want to see. For example, they want to see a picture of the bathrooms. They want to see a picture of the kitchen. These are all items that tell them something about the market. So not only do they, the investors look at the market and what's selling in the area, but also they look at the improvements to the property, right, Karey?
Right. So you've probably heard that oftentimes the cash buyers will make you an offer on your property. They'll get you to accept the offer. You'll go under contract, and then they'll come in over the course of the next week, and they'll do an inspection, and then they'll come back to you and they'll want to reduce the price by a huge amount. And it's almost like a bait and switch. So what we like to do, in the way that we have it fashioned, is that Rick actually comes out there, because we want to do a really good job here for you, and we want to know with confidence that we're bringing you the best offer that we can. All right, so as much information as we can provide to our pool of investors in advance, the better the offer is going to be, and the more likely that price will stick whenever we get through any inspection periods or anything like that.
It reduces the hassle
right
on behalf of the seller. They don't have to worry about people coming through their house. And the factor is just not one person is making an offer on that property as a cash investor. We have a multiple cash offer situation. Right,
and that allows the seller to choose the option that works out best for them. All right, so some investors, they want to close quickly. Some investors will allow you to close and then remain in the home for a certain number of days afterwards. So there's a lot of different scenarios going on here, which is why this is such a great program that Rick is offering here, is because it puts you in the driver's seat and allows you to go with whatever is the best option for your family.
So, Karey, is that price going to be lower as far as a cash offer is concerned as opposed to the traditional sale?
It can be. Some of these investors are actually making pretty strong offers. So they're purchasing them for a variety of uses, right? Some of them are using them to fix and flip, right? So in those instances, if the home needs a lot of work, in all likelihood, the price is going to be, below a market price, right? Because they have to bake into their figures what it's going to cost them to renovate it and then put it back on the market and then still make a profit themselves. Other investors are actually purchasing these homes for VRBOs. Some of them are purchasing them for rental properties. Some of them are actually buying them for personal use, right? And renting them out during season. So there's a lot of options here.
So the big thing is that there's certainty in their funds that they're going to be getting in, say, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Do they have to do an inspection on a property?
So most of them will do some type of inspection on the property for sure, because obviously they're, putting a lot of money into the home. So they're going to want to do some type of inspection, right? And the things that they're looking for are major things, right? Like roof condition, any structural work that might have been done. If there has been any damage to your property from, any tornadoes or hurricanes or something along those lines, they want to just make sure that they're confident that they're getting into a property that they're well aware of what's going on.
So sellers, if you are thinking about doing a cash offer, we'd be happy to help you out there. But beware, okay? There's potential scams out there that you want to be aware of. Now, our guaranteed sale program. Now, I'm excited about this. I've been doing this from day one with our company. It is certainty for you. So this comes into play a lot when somebody, say, is buying a house, right? Buying a brand new house, and it's in the process of being built, right, Karey?
Yeah, so the guaranteed sale program is kind of the best of the two worlds that we just mentioned, the traditional sale and the cash offer. So basically what we do is we put your home on the market the traditional way, yet we have our guaranteed sale price in place. So if a certain number of days goes by and your home hasn't sold yet, the traditional way will actually step in and purchase it.
So we buy your place, okay, so you can move on and get that new home, because sometimes builders will not do a contingency.
Right. And the other thing you have to remember is that whenever you're selling your home traditionally, there is a little bit of uncertainty there as far as what you're going to end up netting at the end of the sale in order to put into your new home. So what the guaranteed sale program does for you is it lets you know with confidence what your net is going to be.
You know, the guaranteed sale program has been the foundation of us from day one, okay? We guarantee the sale of the property. We have the additive of a multiple cash offer situation. Sellers, think about this. When I walk through your door, okay, I will either do it the traditional way, I will get you a multiple cash offer situation, or I'll actually guarantee the sale. So if you are serious about making a move, what I'd suggest you do is give me a call. I can come out there and take a look at your property, walk around, give you some tips on what to do and what not to do. But more importantly, sit down and go over all your closing costs. Remember this, rickhasthebuyers.com. I got over 20,000 people in my database ready. I may have your house already sold, so kind of keep that in mind. After the break, let's talk about our feature listing of the week, our buyers in waiting program, and then, of course, Karey, what are we going to be talking about?
Our Go Serve Big mission.
This is Rick Kendrick. We'll be right back.
To schedule an appointment with Rick Kendrick to help you buy or sell your home, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Rick will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Hi, it's Jennifer Ross, and if you've been thinking about selling your home, you already know that the only agent that I would recommend to you is my friend Rick Kendrick. He's a broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida. Now, what about the listener who would love Rick to sell but doesn't want to deal with the headaches of cleaning, staging, holding open houses, and all that other stuff?
Well, Jen, we have the perfect solution. First of all, we always like to make our traditional home selling process stress-free, but for the listener who doesn't want to fix up their place, who has inherited a home, or simply wants a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make them an immediate cash offer. And for that seller to get the most amount of money for their home.
Come on, you can do that?
Absolutely, Jen. We'll come right over, appraise a home, make you a fast, fair cash offer, and close as little as 3 weeks.
Cash in your hand, hard to beat it. Call Rick Kendrick right now, 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333, or visit rickhasthebuyers.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Rosemary, branch manager at Cross Country Mortgage in Boca Raton. If you're deciding which lender to trust, whether you're purchasing or refinancing, I would love the opportunity to work with you. Over my 20-year career, I've helped close to 10,000 families buy or refinance the place they call home. Despite what you're hearing about interest rates, you might be surprised at what we can do for you. Let's talk. Call or text me at 954-312-3104 or visit rosemarymortgageteam.com.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home and would like to schedule an appointment with Rick, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Now, back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, Rick Kendrick.
Okay, in our final segment, we're going to be highlighting our listing of the week. Okay, we're going to shoot up to Fort Pierce. We have a brand new home. Karey, how old is this thing? Like 2 years old or a year old?
Yeah, so it was actually finished last year in 2022 in Celebration Point. So the great thing about this is it's a 3-2. Okay, it is attached. It's got a one-car garage, but it's listed for just $318. And because it's in a brand new community, okay, an LGI community, you have an option here to go ahead and move forward. You don't have to wait.
It's done, ready to go. Kind of got all the kinks out of it, right? They've lived in it for about a year,
yeah,
and now they want to move up to Tennessee somewhere. So
yeah, and it's on the water, so it's got a great little view.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful home and really has a lot to offer. So if you guys are thinking about maybe doing something, and this kind of fits your bill up in Fort Pierce. I don't know if you've been up there lately, but I was up there last week showing some properties, and boy, that place is booming up there. So this is a brand new home. HOAs are like only $190. The thing is what I see here is when you get a brand new house under $350,000, that's like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. So great house. Need to look at this. CBS, by the way, and it has a lot to offer. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking about maybe making a move here and this sounds good to you, let me know. We'll be happy to show you this property, get you pre-approved and ready to go with Eric. Okay, buyers in waiting. So we had like 5 new buyers come in this week and got them approved, ready to go. We got one particular buyer. They just got over the edge. They're at $300,000. And it's hard to find a house, right? So I'm trying to talk them into this house in Fort Pierce, but they want to stay down here in Palm Beach County. So sellers, if you have a home and you think it's around that $300,000 mark, I have a qualified buyer drooling, ready to go. We've looked at a lot of houses for her, and we just haven't found the right house, but your house may be it. So if you are thinking about doing something, thinking about putting it on the market, I can help you out. 3 ways I can help you out. I can do this the old traditional way. I can do it the cash offer way, or I can guarantee the sale for you. No matter how you look at it, you're going to walk out of that house with money in your pocket. So listen, Karey, tell us a little bit about the Gold Serve Big mission.
Yeah, so Rick and I donate a portion of our income to various charities throughout our area. And so we do like to highlight a few of them when we're on our show. One of which is Little Smiles. They do great work for kids in our area who are bedridden and in local hospitals and whatnot. They bring them, toys, and they have pizza parties for them, and they do fun things for the kids. And then also the Law Enforcement Assistance Foundation. They're providing financial assistance to officers and their families whenever they experience some sort of, catastrophic event in their life.
So think of these pathways. They're very successful, proven, they work. I got plenty of buyers for you. You can walk out of that house with cash in your pocket, either the traditional way or cash offer or guaranteed sale. So thank you for taking time to listening to us today. This is a Rick Kendrick, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Show, serving the Southeast Florida coast. Our network extends across the country and Canada. Call me or text me at 561-901-3333. I want to thank my boss, my wife, Karey, with me today. Listen, we're looking forward to seeing you next Sunday at 10 a.m. on 850 WFTL News Talk Radio.
You've been listening to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show with broker-owner Rick Kendrick. Heard every Sunday morning here on News Talk 850 WFTL. Rick's company name is his promise, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. To speak directly to Rick about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment, 561-901-3333, or visit rickhasthebuyers.com. And mark your calendar to join Rick again next week at the same time for the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.